Okay, this is a super short video. I didn't have a lot of time here. I flew in. This is actually 1 in the morning, just catching a taxi. Next morning, I kind of regretted this decision to start a climbing session at 7. So we hit the road and headed up to a local gym in Vancouver. New gyms, new problems. And I thought this might be an interesting time to do a little bit of a comparison video because I have more people than I normally do and different heights. So Nat is going to be our short and I'm going to be our tall. And Verl is somewhere in between. He's pretty tall too. We're going to be just looking at how height kind of affects your ability to do climbing, and I don't think it does. I think that's the point here, is that it doesn't really matter. I think more importantly is climbing style. So I am a intermediate, maybe beginner intermediate climber. I'm not super advanced or anything, and my climbing style is just kind of, you know, raw. My footwork is not the best overall. On the other hand, you have Nat, and Nat is a more static endurance climber. She uses a lot more footwork and all the holds and more methodical. All right, so let's get into it. This is still kind of part of our warm-up session. This is a relatively simple, straightforward boulder. We've got roughly a foot of height difference between us, so that's pretty significant. So far, Nat has been in better control, better footwork. I can skip holds, but that's basically the only thing I'm doing. And the hand positioning, there's a match going on the right, which may not be correct. We end up on this big blocky hold with different hands on it in totally different body positions. After touching this hold, it becomes apparent that this is the crux of the problem. It is actually super slippery as far as holds go. It's just been worn down from repeated use. Nat decides to bail and give it another attempt once she's fresh, and I just kind of muscle my way through it. All technique is thrown out the window, but yeah, get her done. Between sets, we got Verl showing up and he's giving it a go. His first attempt here is also finding out that it's quite slippery. His main problem there is he's trying to copy my style, I think, because he went in there on his second attempt right after and he did it just more statically. And now we can see how the climb is supposed to be done. More control, better footwork, load the legs up. And that makes it super easy. So every climb is different and every boulder problem is different. Some favor different styles. In this case, this is quite a powerful climb. It does seem to be more in my style, which is kind of a more dynamic style. And if you do it statically, it still ends up being fairly powerful just to get through this point here. As Nat is showing, that was quite a strong move right there. And yeah, I think the foot position of everything kind of gets crowded sometimes, and then that favors, you know, shorter climbers. But, you know, it all depends on your style and what you're comfortable with.